Welcome to Dräger's X-Dock instructional video. Today I will walk you through step by step how to safely and effectively assemble your X-Dock station. Please remember to keep the boxes so that you can reference the firmware for later installation. All right, let's get started taking the products out of the boxes. First, we'll start with the main unit or the control unit. I'll remove other components as the cow gas, the power, the hose, and have these ready to go later. Inside the boxes you will find the control unit, one or more docking modules, power supply, gas flow regulators, gas inlet tubing, and gas connectors or termination blocks. Remember, each module should include its own accessory pack. You will also need a 2.5mm hex or Allen wrench for assembly and a FAT32 formatted USB thumb drive to update the firmware if needed. Also have handy the calibration gas cylinder needed. It's important to remember that only trained personnel should maintain the products. Let's get started assembling the X-Dock 63 or 6600 model. Remember, we'll start with the main unit, then we'll add the modules. You can increase the modules to 10 or you can decrease depending on space limitations. So we'll get started with the main control unit. For ease of assembly, place the unit face down on a table or workstation. First, loosen the two set screws on the bottom of the control module and remove this side plate. Next, remove the terminal block. Set the side plate, terminal block, and accessory bag to the side for final assembly. Remember, there are 4 pieces per accessory bag, 2 bottom plates with screws, 1 back plate with screw, and the very important black gas inlet connector. The back and bottom plates each use 2 screws to securely hold the modules together. Locate the half-moon cutout and firmly insert the connector over the jets. And the black jet connector fits between each module. Remove the yellow security tape that is protecting the pin connectors. Next, install the back and bottom plates. Tighten with your hex or Allen wrench. These plates must be installed before connecting your modules. Once these steps are taken, then you can carefully add additional modules by aligning the components and tightening the screws. You will repeat these steps with each module. Once you have completed adding your modules, securely insert the black termination block over the gas jets of the last module. Then place the end plate of the last module and tighten the set screws and 3 remaining screws. Verify the plates are tightened and there are no spaces between the modules. The X-Dock is flexible, which allows you to increase or decrease the number of various modules. Now that you've finished assembling your X-Dock, we can move on to the power and the calibration gas. Connect the gas inlet tubing to the designated ports on the control module using your provided Dräger X-Dock gas order table. Pay close attention to the number located above each gas inlet. Once you have properly added your tubing, then attach the other end to the pressure regulator on your test gas cylinder. If required, connect a tube to the exhaust gas outlet also located on the side with a diamond pattern and an exit arrow printed above the inlet. This feature allows the user to safely vent gas outdoors or into a fume hood. Now turn on each of the regulators to pressurize the system. It's very important to use the correct tubing for the corresponding gas. Once you've completed the assembly of the X-Dock, now it's time to power it up. Use the smaller 1.25 amp adapter for up to 3 modules or the larger 6.25 amp version for up to 10 modules. Press and hold the power button for 1 second to start the system. Your system is now ready for use. The X-Dock uses a touchscreen interface for easy operation. The touchscreen interface is in the control center. Log in using the default credentials. User admin, password 123456. Press the icon in the upper right corner of the screen and then press the down arrow for the drop down of the users and select admin, then enter the password. Next, navigate to System Configuration to set your preferred language, date, and time. Confirm each selection with the OK button. To configure a gas inlet, select Gas Configuration. Now reference the Dräger X-Dock gas order table and enter the part number of your Dräger gas cylinder with the appropriate gas inlet. The system will autofill the necessary fields. Always verify that the gas concentration matches the label on the cylinder. Tap Further Options at the bottom of the screen. You will hear a valve open, and this will verify the gas line is pressurized. Remember to do this with each cylinder. To define which gas test procedure you require, go to Define Test. Once there, select either Quick Bump Test, Extended Bump Test, or Calibration. Press to highlight the choice and press OK. The test can be done manually for each module by pressing the selected test, or if you choose, you could back out of the selection guide and the chosen test will be performed when the monitors are placed in the modules and the door is closed. Select Auto Cal on the first page and make sure Alarm Test is selected. Then go to Further Options and make additional selections such as Date and Time Sync, Download Data Logger, and more. Before placing your gas detector in the X-Dock, make sure you give it a quick inspection to make sure it's free of any kind of debris or contamination. If your inspection is clear, turn on the monitors and allow them to warm up. Open the module lid and insert the gas detector. If the gas detector is turned off when inserted, the gas detector will automatically turn on after the lid is closed. Close the lid until it clicks and locks into place. The test will begin automatically depending on your pre-selected defined test. You can test single or multiple detectors at the same time due to the intelligent design of the X-Dock. The average bump test is about 30 seconds, depending on the test options selected. The average calibration is about 2 minutes. Watch the LED indicator. Blue means testing, green indicates a pass, yellow means partial success but the device requires attention, and red signals a failed test. Once the tests are completed, you can remove the gas detectors. Once your calibration gas cylinder is expired or empty, you'll need to remove it and replace it with a new cylinder. First, close the valve and disconnect the regulator. Attach it to a new cylinder with the same concentration. Next, open the valve. If the concentration changes or you need to reconfigure the inlet, follow the steps for the gas inlet configuration. Like many computer programs, you may need to update your firmware. Here's how you can do it. The firmware version is printed on the outside of the shipping boxes. If the firmware is different on the boxes, then it needs to be updated for compatibility. To download the latest version, please navigate to the Dräger website and copy it to a properly formatted FAT32 USB drive. Insert the drive into one of the 3 USB ports on the side of the main module. Access the control center and navigate to the System Configuration and then the Update screen. Tap the X-Dock Update file and press OK and the information will be transferred. This process takes about 15 minutes. The X-Dock will power off and then back on. Do not power off during the update. And once the update is finished, remove the USB and the modules will be compatible. Now your X-Dock is ready to go. you can start bump testing or calibrating. Feel free to contact your local Dräger sales representative to explore more options that are available.